Auld Lang Syne, Robert Burns's version. There were other versions of the song using that phrase. I'll sing it and then I'll talk about it. This is an older tune, and it is not the supposed original tune, and I'll tell you more about that after I sing it. Should old acquaintance be forgot, and never brought in mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot, and days o' lang syne? For auld lang syne, my Jo, for auld lang syne, we'll tak a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne, and surely you'll be your pint-stowp, and surely I'll be mine, and we'll tak a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne, and for auld lang syne, my Jo, for auld lang syne, we'll tak a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne. We twa run about the braes, and pou'd the gowans fine, but we've wandered mony a weary foot syne auld lang syne, and for auld lang syne, my Jo, for auld lang syne, we'll tak a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne. We twa paidl'd to the burn, frae mornin sun till dine, but the seas between us braid roared syne auld lang syne, and for auld lang syne, my Jo, for auld lang syne, we'll tak a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne. And there's a hand, my trusty fiere, and gies a hand o' thine, and we'll tak a recht gude-willy waught, for auld lang syne, and for auld lang syne, my Jo, for auld lang syne, we'll tak a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne. Well, what is that? A brae is a slope, a burn is a brook or a stream. Paidl'd doesn't mean paddled, it means waded. We too have waded in the brook from morning sun till dine, time for dinner. That's poetic license there. The other versions of the song textually didn't rhyme the sign all the way through the lyric. Burns never claimed authorship of the song. He said he learned it from an old man. Why is that? He usually claimed credit for songs he wrote, or didn't deny it. But in this case, The famous version was written by his predecessor, Allan Ramsay, poet Allan Ramsay. And in fact, that tune is from a book where Allan Ramsay's lyric was printed with the tune 50 years before Burns' set, more than 50 years. So the tune I sang is from Orpheus Caledonius, which was the first book of Scots songs printed with musical scores, 1725, a singer named William Thomson. And that same set of the melody is also in Joseph Mitchell's Highland Fair, published in 1731. The tune that people say is the original tune is in the Scots Musical Museum. It's number 413. But Scots Musical Museum had a policy. They did not reprint melodies. They didn't like to reprint melodies unless it was like there's two very different versions of the tune I Walk and O. And there's two very different versions of the tune Green Grow the Rashes O in the Scots Musical Museum. So basically, Allan Ramsay's tune, song, lyric, was printed with the tune in volume 1 of the Scots Musical Museum. It's number 25. So that melody couldn't be reused. So I think the musical director of Scots Musical Museum, Stephen Clark, made a dummy tune. It's the only version of the tune ever published that has almost no contrast between the parts. And it's a bore. And it was replaced, of course, by The Miller's Wedding, which his second publisher, George Thompson, put it to, and that's the song people sing on New Year's Eve. But every set of the melody, and some of them are fiddler sets, and they don't really sing, published between 1725 and 1785. They basically have the same A part, which supports the imagery in Burns's verses. Between us brought a road. You know, those things are separated by the sea. Wandered mony a weary foot. We're walking wearily to the bottom of the scale. Burns would always create not always, well, I mean, it's signature that he would create these matches to the imagery. And when I wrote an article about Burns's prosody years ago, which I sort of wish I could have back because I've learned more since, but that's okay. But Burns would played fiddle, and he would master a melody and take a walk and get it in his body, and then he would write to it. And I'd wondered why, when I was writing the article, my dad said, "Oh, you have to write about Auld Lang Syne because it's popular, everybody knows it." And I couldn't find any prosody in the song. I couldn't find any image matches, you know, that were signature to Burns. I said, well, he rhymed all the way through it. But there they were, you know. When I looked at the earlier set in the Scots Musical Museum, and then when I looked it up in Orpheus Caledonius, from which it was copied, I saw that the musical editor of the Scots Musical Museum had meddled with that tune. And really, those beautiful, simple, plain lines had been fancied up sentimentally, as was his wont. And I think that was in 2017. I saw that, and I just lit up. It's like, this guy was changing every tune that came across his desk from these source books. And I began to research every single melody from the source books, and did not sleep for about 3 weeks. Well, I slept 4 hours a night. I was finding 14, 15 tunes a day. Some of them were so much more beautiful than the songs I'd heard all my life. Bonnie Wee Thing from James Oswald, Over the Water to Charlie that I've already put up. The Lee Rig, there's a more beautiful set of that beautiful tune. So I've been at this for a few years now, but that was Auld Lang Syne. It seems trite, like a Hollywood movie, that's the song that it was the key. It unlocked the door, and the light come in. So that's Auld Lang Syne by Robert Burns. You'll be your pint-stowp means you'll buy your mug, your round, I think is what that means. But it definitely means to buy, not to become the pint mug. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, share, like, and learn this tune. When I learned this, I was waiting for a lot of pushback when I started singing it, performing it for people. People just nod their heads like, yeah, that's the tune. That's the tune.